Why do I love stalking? Well, firstly for me, I haven't got a great deal of time. Normally only got overnighters or short day sessions. And quite frankly, I get pretty bored sat behind motionless rods. My sort of approach is to go and find the fish, hopefully get them feeding close in the edge. You can see what's going on, which is a big advantage, I think. If you want a quick bite, you can see when the fish have come in and cleaned you out and maybe picked your rig up. If they've got rid of it, you know something's wrong, so you can play around with your rigs, etc., or even your hook bait if you feel the need to. So to approach a stalking day or a night, if you like, I'll go around the pit and bait up several spots in every corner of the pit if I can, and usually try and follow the wind as long as it's not too much of a big wind. And spots in general, I'm just looking for just a small gravel area ideally. Doesn't have to be big, you know, a dinner plate size. As long as I can land a rig on it, you tend to find that the spots will grow while you're stalking them. It doesn't take long for the fish to come in and rip the weed up. So yeah, you find them little spots, bait up 3 or 4 of them, more if you can find them, only with a handful of bait. I don't like to put too much on because it does take quite some time for a group of carp to come and clear out, say, like a kilo of bait. So I don't want to overdo myself by putting a kilo on, and then you're all the time waiting for the fish to move out. So just a handful or so, enough to hold them for an hour maybe. You can keep your eye on it, hopefully you get a chance to drop a rig on it. The difficult thing about getting a rig down there is once they are feeding is obviously you don't want to spook them. So the way I get around that normally is just to flick in just 1 or 2 grains of corn or a very light scattering of hemp. That's often enough just to send them just sort of round and maybe group back round, and hopefully that's enough time for you to get your rig down there and you're fishing. Right, I'll talk you through the bait mix I use, all the components and why I use it for my stalking spots. Firstly, we've got frenzied hemp there. What I actually do, I empty a couple of jars in and give it a coat of the garlic juice, dynamite garlic juice. So that goes in. We've got some sweet corn in there for high visibility. I tend to like the dynamite sweet corn just for its durability. They pick extra large grains. So just that durability. If you've got roach and rudd, little perch, whatever on the spot, then it'll just help that. This stuff here, which is green lip mussel ground bait. Really smelly stuff, very oily. Plenty of that in there. What that actually does is it'll cloud up. It'll build up a real nice cloud. So when the fish do come in and feed, they're sieving all that through the gills, which is clouding the spot up, which is helping hide your rig. If you've got a pop up on, it's going to help hide your hook. So it's definitely an edge. Little red krill pellets go in. 6mm betaine green swin stim. We've got the complex tee there, which is what I've been using this season. Very pleased with the results. What I mostly do is, rather than holes, is I'll use chops and crumb boilies. So crumb plenty of them in there. Reason for that is, obviously, if they're margin spots, I don't want the whole boilies rolling away down the shelf. They're also a lot quieter as well when you're baiting up, so perfect for the job. So a few of them in there. And lastly, complex T liquid attractant. That just gets loads of smell going. Also helps with the cloud as well. It'll help cloud it up. It smells wonderful. That's the mix. Good gear. Right, I'll talk you through the rig I'm using for stalking. Or close in fishing. I use this for medium range as well, really. Drop off inline lead. It's 4 ounce, that is, so that's heavy enough to bang the hook in. But the main thing I like about inlines is, as opposed to a lead clip, is once the rig's picked up, it's just instant, bang, straight in the bottom lip, hopefully. With a lead clip, you've got sort of all that movement and jangle. So I do try and get away with an inline where I can. I find I could tend to cast about 80-90 yards with an inline. Anything off that, it's probably coming off on the cast. So close in work, definitely an inline. We've got a fluorocarbon 25-pound leader, about a metre or so there. That's mainly to just protect the fish's flank on the fight, and obviously in case there's any snags around anything, it's abrasion resistance. A little bit of tube in there in the gravel colour, just so it blends in with the bottom there, and just helps protect the rig from tangles. Rig itself, I'm using a coated braid there. I'll just strip back about a centimetre. It's about ½ inch from the eye of the hook there. Just tied on a little D-rig. A little bit of putty there for the pop-up. Anti-tangle sleeve there, just to kick it out when it hits the bottom. Yep, that's the rig. So it's definitely an exciting way. Get out there and find them, get stalking.